number. Got the homies balling out for the whole damn summer in that 4-point circle with that ghost ball of purple. If you check the roster, got a 3-head monster. Now them killer threes are like killer bees. Start dropping threes like trilogies, like companies, like PIGs. Got the summer on lock. Big 3 on Fox.
If that don't get you fired up, I don't know what will. Ready for week 4 Big 3 basketball right here on FS1 as we roll into the Detroit Motor City, y'all. Little Caesars Arena for another week of exciting 3-on-3 action. Yeah, they love this guy in Detroit. Former Finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons, Chauncey Phillips, Mr. Big Shot himself, hanging out with Jason Maxfield earlier tonight. Josh Childress walking through with Fresno's very own Deshaun Stevenson. Deshaun finally got those threes to fall for him. Of course, he was so pivotal last year. And how good has B. Diddy been this season? His first season in the Big 3 could be the league's MVP. How good has Big 3 basketball been this season? I'm Mike Hill from Little Caesars Arena. We're nearly halfway through the regular season, and the action has been intense. It's been competitive and full of parity. As a matter of fact, by the end of the night, we're going to have one lone undefeated team remaining for you as we got a battle of the unbeaten between Tri-State and the Three-Headed Monsters in our marquee matchups. One of 3 big games we have for you right here on FS1 Live. Meanwhile, Trilogy, a team that went undefeated last year, won it all last year. They finally got their first win of the season over the Killer Threes. That game was on Facebook, and it was an intense game as we saw our very first ejection in Big 3 action. Metta World Peace making more memories. A guy that makes a lot of memories in a lot of clubs around the nation, especially here in Detroit. Well, his name is Jim Jackson. He's hanging out with my man Brian Cussin. They're going to take you through the night right here on FS1. Fellas.
All right, Mike.
Unreal,
I think he's trying to tell on you, man.
Hey, man, listen, I'm from Toledo, bro. Snitches get stitches where I'm from, man. That's between me and you, bro.
Absolutely.
Leave it there.
What we do in Toledo
stays in Toledo,
exactly,
man. Come on, man.
Exactly. Welcome to week 4 of the Big 3. I am Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. Listen, we're almost at the midway point of the season. And as Mike pointed out, later on tonight, we're going to get a matchup of the 2 only unbeatens here. Tri-State will be taking on the Three-Headed Monsters. And if you're the Three-Headed Monsters, you got to figure out how do you go forward and continue to win without Rashard Lewis, injured himself with an Achilles, out for the season. He was the league MVP last year.
Well, it's hard because you can't replace what he can do on the court in regards to knocking down jump shots, isolation plays, but he attracts the defense, and now he opens up opportunities for his teammates. But Jamario Moon has come in 5 seasons in the NBA. He's long, he's athletic, he can knock down shots. But I think Gary Payton is going to look at Quintel Wood, a guy that can really play defense. He's long as well, to step up the scoring. On the other end, Amar'e Stoudemire big time. How about Nate Robinson? They're still looking to go undefeated.
Yeah, now let's talk about the first game you're going to see here on FS1. You've got the Ball Hogs taking on Three's Company. Three's Company is led by Baron Davis. He's having an MVP-type season. But for the Ball Hogs, got their first victory last week, thanks in part to Deshaun Stevenson, who certainly came alive, Jim.
Well, he came alive, but with Deshaun, it's all about making that first shot to see it go in. And once he does that, the rest of his game opens up. The ability to stretch the defense is his forte, but how about making plays, heads-up play right here to keep the ball active? These are important scoring opportunities, and then somebody got to step up and make a big shot. D. Stevenson said, why not beat me? Got him the first victory, 21 points, up 5 3-point shots.
Averaging 14 on the season, 5 3-pointers last week, 21 points. What will he do for an encore this week? We are in the D, the Motor City, Detroit. It's the Big 3 here on FS1.
We know about Baron Davis. We're 3 games in, and B. Diddy can still ball. The handle is still loosey-goosey. He has the ball on a string. Sweat pours off him. He could get to the hole anytime he wants.
He is a wizard with that basketball.
And when he gets his jump shot going, he may be the biggest problem in the Big 3. And he's the only guy I know who leads a big comeback, hits the game winner.
3 for the win! Baron Davis!
And the first thing he does before he gives any of his teammates a high five is go to have some French fries with his kids. Baron Davis is back. And we're back with the man himself, Baron Davis. We are in Detroit City, Detroit Rock City. What is the city of Detroit, the basketball? What did it mean to you growing up?
You know, being a Laker fan, watching Detroit, being my Lakers, fell in love with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, and just the whole bad boy, just from their mentality. And then, you know, it's legacy here. It's basketball legacy in Detroit. Hard-working people, great crowd. You know, we're going to come on and put on the show.
All right, you're playing fantastically this season. How much fun are you having, and what do you expect from this game today, Baron?
You know, it's a smaller team, so it's a better matchup for us. But, you know, this is fun, man. You can't ask for more.
All right, do you think heroic antics on the way? Fellas, let's get it popping.
Absolutely. Averaging 22 on the season in his 2-1 threes company. Looking to take on the 1 and 2 ball hogs here from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Let's go right to the standings, and Threes Company is right in the heart of it. They want to keep pace with Power, those three-headed monsters, and Tri-State. One of those two teams has got to lose tonight. And if you are the ball hogs, you want to get to 500 with a victory. And our rosters for the ball hogs, led by the Hall of Famer Rick Barry, Sean Stevenson. What a game he had last week. Threes Company, they're led by Michael Cooper and Baron Davis, who's had an MVP-like season thus far for Threes Company.
Unbelievable start for BD. You know, the presence that he has on the court, I think, has really inspired this Threes Company team to perform at another level. Such a tough guard, but a great matchup between Andre Owens and Baron Davis, so let's keep our eye on that.
Here's Josh Childress, rises over to Sean Stevenson, no. And Andre Owens says he's got a lot of motivation. He played for Threes Company last season. Owens drives, lays it right in, and he goes right to work against his former squad.
Well, here's the thing, too, with Baron Davis, if you're playing against him, he's going to make you work. So you're going to return that favor and make him honor you on the defensive end, and that's something that Andre Owens just did on that first possession.
Here's Baron Davis and Owens. Steps back, knocks it down in the lane.
Sometimes it's just easy. You don't have to do a lot. Get to your spot, fade away. You know exactly where your sweet spot is at, and that time Baron Davis able to walk Andre Owens right into the lane. Back in the fadeaway jump shot.
Speaking of Owens, right back at you. That one right in the grill of DeMar Johnson. Here's former Piston Jason Maxio. Maxio grabs it, puts it right in. We're tied up at 4.
Good pick and roll that time with DeMar Johnson. Kind of threw it behind Jason Maxio, but he was able to, those big paws, catch it, and all in one fluid motion, still be able to finish over the top inside.
Oh, with the step back.
Statement for Owens right now?
He said, I'm going at my old squad. He told me that right before this game. He said, I'm going at these guys. He's got 6 points. Maxio, good dish to DeMar Johnson.
How about that? Maxio returning the favor to DeMar Johnson. DeMar took care of him on the pick and roll. He said, I got your back, teammate. Slip back door. Nice find that time by Maxio.
Josh Childress crossed his own self over. Maxio lays it in, fouled by Childress.
If we go back one, Jason Maxio feels the pressure. DeMar Johnson just frees himself on the base. I don't know what happened to the help defense. And on the turnover, again, knowing the rules that you can take it right back, BD, able to get it inside for Jason Maxio, see if he can get an old-fashioned three-point play.
Knocks it down, Maxio. Spent 10 years in the league, former Piston. Played for Orlando and Charlotte as well, back home. 3-point lead for Threes Company. Deshaun Stevenson for his first 3 of the game.
Another good sign. I'm telling you, last year, when Deshaun saw it go in early, the body language, see a 4-point shot hit by BD was totally different.
And Maxio missed the follow-up. Tip pass there by DeMar Johnson. Stevenson. And he halfway gets the roll.
I mean, basically, that's a 5-point play. I mean, shift, because you miss 2 and you give up 3.
We are in Number City, Detroit, Michigan. Ball hogs with a 3-point lead over Threes Company. Let's go on the court. Michael Rappaport with his basketball twin.
Why are you eyeballing me, Scal?
Why you eyeballing me?
You're eyeballing me like you got a problem with me.
You got the mic.
I'm trying to conduct an interview here, man.
Do your job.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
Do your job.
Yo, cut this interview short, man. I don't want to talk to this guy. This is like, what is that? I'm trying to do an interview on live TV. The guy looks like he wants to fight me. You want to take a shot at me, Mamba? Take a shot at me.
Look,
I'm right here.
Look at this. Earlier, before the game, you guys are warming up together, right?
The guy looks like he wants to take a shot at me.
Now look at this here. And look. Unbelievable.
He hurt himself. And he hurt himself. And he hurt himself. His vertical was about 2 inches, and then he came down wrong. I'm jumping so high.
Oh, those two, they're like stepbrothers.
Oh, I'm trying to tell you.
Here's Andre Emmett working on the white mamba. Brian Scalabrine. And Andre Emmett takes him to school.
Not only took him to school, put him on some skates.
Oh, my.
Scal, white mama didn't know which way to go. Andre Emmett, look at his shot.
There you go. Here's Andre Owens. Short.
Follow the shot, he would have had it.
You know it's ice under this floor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you just know that, right? Because there you go, right there. Scal just trying to do what he can do, man. Just as soon as he reacted, Emmett was somewhere else, bro.
Here's Dante Jones. New acquisition of Threes Company. Andre Emmett backing down to Sean Stevenson. Scalabrine clears it. And he's working on Dante Jones. And here's the push by Dante. Threes Company, led by Michael Cooper. Won 5 titles with the Lakers. Hall of Famer Rick Barrett. Leads
Two
the ball
coaches, opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
one's a scorer, one's a
great defender. There's the crossover to Sean Stevenson. Kick out to Scalabrine. Knocks down the 3.
And Scal wanted that because that last play, Dante Jones is playing real physical with him. A lot of times they leave Scal open for the shot, and how about the dish and the presence again? Sean Stevenson making plays, not just scoring with teammates.
Baron Davis rocked him. Misses that jumper. Here's Deshaun Stevenson open for 3. Four-point lead for the Ball Hogs.
Move it, move the ball.
3 on the shot clock, and Stevenson traveled.
Move the ball.
Take another look here at the crossover by Deshaun Stevenson.
You know, I love the camera from overhead because you can see everything. Again, as a defensive player, Emmett, you try to anticipate where the player is going, and that time, that's a left to right crossover, okay? A lot of times, guys with their strong hand like to do it right to left.
Move it and go get it back if you have to. Move the ball.
Tremaine Taylor checks in for the Ball Hogs. He had a great game. Dante Jones rocks the Mamba. Of course, Dante Jones was traded for Derek Byers off of the Trilogy squad. Here's Taylor. Jones messes up the alley-oop.
What we saw earlier with Trilogy on the Facebook game, that the Derek Byers trade paid off for them. Let's see if that pays dividends for Threes Company with Dante coming over.
Andre Owens draws the foul on Baron Davis. 2-point lead for the Ball Hogs, who got their first victory just last week. Beat the Ghost Ballers. And Threes Company got themselves a thrilling 2-point victory over Trilogy last week.
Ah, man, freaking free throws.
Wait!
They say that ball went out on Andre Emmett.
3 in a row.
So Ball Hogs. First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Scalabrine. The kick out to Owens. 2 on the shot clock. Step back for 3.
But see, in that last possession, you see Baron lining up for a 4-point shot.
Splash Brothers range. Steps inside, knocks down the 3.
Well, as I said, the last possession by the Ball Hogs, Stoudemire passes up a layup, a good shot, and it forces them to get deep in the shot clock. Now you end up taking a tough contested shot, and Baron Davis makes you pay. You got to take those layups when you got an opportunity.
1 point lead for Three's company. Good dish to Stoudemire, swept away by Baron Davis. Owens, step back. Got it. 6 lead changes here. The ball hogs up 1.
That's a tough shot. I mean, that step back over Jermaine Taylor.
Here's Emmett. They kick out and they swing it to Baron Davis.
See how we stand on the shots, you gotta go rebound.
Stoudemire drives, left it short.
All right, that's what you got to do. Right thought process, but you got to make Scal finish in there.
Baron Davis lost it. He lost it going up.
He counted those 2 points. Sometimes you can be anxious. BD, you don't see this often. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's up. He's ready to go. And
He wanted to dunk that one. He was looking to yoke it. Here's Jermaine Taylor. After Dante Jones lays it in.
Yeah, in last week's game, I liked how Jermaine Taylor came out here, 11 points. 11 of his 15 points in the first half kind of set the tone for the Ball. Multi-dimensional scorer.
Andre Emmett given the space, knocks down the jumper. 1 point lead for Ball Hogs.
Hey, you can't let him push off to get open.
Come on, Matt.
Here's Stevenson.
You got Dante.
Kicks it to Taylor. And he's still got the hot hand from last week.
Well, you know, but I think the thing is with Andre Emmett, he respects that Jermaine Taylor's quickness, so he's slow to close out, but when you close out, you see the shot go up, you got to close that gap down a little bit more. Contest the shot, and there's Emmett using that big body, physical nature to get inside.
3 point. And we go to the half. First team to 25. It's halftime. Here's Taylor. Tried to leave it off for Childress. Nearly stolen. Taylor got it back. He'll go to the line.
Well, great defense initially by Dante Jones to deflect the pass, but Ball Hogs and Taylor able to stay with it. Benefit of the doubt in regards to getting the ball back. Right there off a hustle play by Dante Jones again. Jermaine Taylor, right place, right time.
Here's Taylor out of Florida. Been a couple of seasons in the NBA.
Yes, go. Go. Get a stop.
At 15 last week. Ball Hogs are just a point away from the half. Here's Andre Emmett. Missed it off the glass. Picked up by DeMar Johnson. He knocks down the jumper.
Man bounces we got. Let's get a point. Let's get a score here.
One score by the Ball Hogs. We go to the half. Childress. Oh, missed it. And Deshaun Stevenson open for 3.
A little short that time. Good contest.
Nearly stolen away by Taylor. And so now Three's company can knock down the 3, and we go to the half. And Michael Cooper knows that, and he's going to bring in Baron Davis.
My thing is just make a cut to the basket or make a movement. Come on, Andre. Let's go. We're back out there in a second. Let's go.
Here's Baron Davis now. 5 on the shot clock. Gives the dish to Maxio, who lays it in.
How about the patience that time by Baron Davis? Experience right there, time and scored, knew how much time he had on the shot clock, didn't panic, but he allowed Maxio to clear enough space, drop it down inside for that easy.
Former Pistons got 7. Here's Taylor. Headsy. Handles. Kick out. Childress. Baron Davis. The rebound. A bucket. We go to the half. Maxio tried to follow. All tied up at 24. Next bucket, we go to the half. Here's Stevenson. Baron Davis knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, got away with a little slap there on Stevenson's hand.
Hey,
7 seconds on the shot clock right now for Ball Hogs.
Stay up, DJ!
Here's Taylor.
Stay up.
And DeMar Johnson. Gets him in the air.
You had 6 seconds and a half of great defense. And then right at the end, going for the pump fake. And smartly, Jermaine Taylor kind of initiated a little bit of that contact to get to the line.
Hey, Ralph, you can't bail him out on that. They only had a couple of seconds. You got to make him score.
Max Shield pulls down the board. Here's Baron Davis. Yes, for three. And three's company will head into the half. Up 3, 27-24, thanks to Baron Davis.
Why not? You in the half, off of a defensive rebound, quickly out, and Jermaine Taylor, you got to realize that Baron is right there. You got to get there quicker. But again, the quick decision, Baron able to square up his shoulder, splash, going into the half.
Let's go on the court. Michael Rappaport with Dante Jones.
All right, Dante Jones, you just joined Three's company. How does it feel? What do you think of this team? What do you think the cohesiveness so far?
Got a great group of guys. They like sharing the ball, having fun playing basketball, so it's a good team to be on.
Now, you're a very intense guy your entire career, but I've seen you smile and actually laugh off the court. Is this something you do on purpose? Because I think your entire career, I never saw you smile or laugh, and I feel like you might even smile or laugh right now. What's your deal, Dante?
I'm a competitor at heart, and when I get on the court, I'm serious. It's all serious business. I have fun with this game, but I love to compete, and I take this game very seriously.
All right, well, keep going out there, keep doing your thing. Good luck. B.
Mike, appreciate it. Three's company with a 3-point lead, thanks in part to Baron Davis. They're trying to go 3-1. It's the Big Three here on FS1.
Back and forth, a fair trail. Three's company and Baron Davis, 27-24. Hey, I'm Mike Hill here at the half, Little Caesars Arena. The first game of the night was on Facebook, and we finally saw last year's champions get on the board in the win column trilogy. Got the win tonight against the Killer Threes, and we saw our first ever ejection in Big 3 play. Metta World Peace. He got kicked out very early for kicking the ball. I guess he's into the World Cup action himself. As for the game, Al Harrington was big once again for Trilogy. Of course, he's been a vital part of that team, of course, since the Big 3 started. He had 15 points in the first half, but how about the contribution of one Derek Byers? In his first game with Trilogy, he made a big difference, a huge spark for them as Trilogy once again got the victory tonight, 52-39 over the Killer Threes. As we take a look at the stars of the game, you see Al Harrington, 15 of his 19 points coming in that first half. Steven Jackson with 11 and 8 in a losing effort. Hey, don't forget, every Friday night, Facebook will be your exclusive home to the first game of the Big Three. Next week, we will roll into Miami. It all comes your way next Friday, July 20th, live at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Facebook. Hey, don't forget about this game. Andre Owens for Ball Hogs getting it going as well. He's got 8 points on 4 or 6 shooting. Doing it all as Ball Hogs looking for their second win of the season. But right now, Three's company has the lead. And guys, man, look, Three's company has his lead because of one Baron Davis. How good has he been so far in Big 3 play? It seems like he can still play in the NBA if he wanted to, but the Big 3 is happy to have him right now. Let's go back to B. Cuss and Jim Jackson.
Thanks, Mike. You're right. Listen, Baron Davis is averaging 22 points on the season. Last week, 27. Week before that, 24. Consistent throughout.
Well, I said this before. Some people are just professional scorers. They know how to put the ball in the basket. It's no different with Baron Davis. He can get you inside with a post-up, fade away, outside with a three-point shot. But I think what he brings is a level of experience and energy, and his teammates are feeding off of Andre Emmett, great first half, and also Jason Maxell, especially in that pick and roll, makes it so tough to stop.
Now, for the Ball Hogs, got the first victory last week. What do they need to do to get their second victory here?
Well, they're right in striking distance, only down 3 points. I think Andre Owens has to continue to press the button and stay aggressive. And Stevenson knocking down shots like that.
Got it to roll in. And we're all tied up now at 27.
Now, there you go. You start the half off with a dribble drive penetration. You help you make the right decision. And Stevenson, with that soft touch from outside, able to knock it in.
The dish to Maxio. And he's fouled by Andre Owens. So Maxio will go to the line and shoot 1 for 2.
Well, if there's young kids that are watching this right now, that pick and roll, perfect timing for Franny, our producer. He allowed Jason Maxill getting it clear, so he took 2 dribbles off the pick and roll. The defense had to make a decision, slow to react. Baron Davis made the right play. That's how you run the classic pick and roll.
Here's Owens. Stevenson for 3. Gets it back. Missed them both. Owens drives with 10 on the shot clock. They're going to call the foul on DeMar Johnson.
But that's how Andre Owens started the game. He was aggressive by looking to shoot, but also, more importantly, I think for him, is trying to beat Baron Davis off the dribble. Force BD to have to expend some energy guarding him off the dribble. Don't bail him out by just settling for some longer jump shots.
We let them, then it's 2.5 minutes. Then we'll have one after that. We'll have one.
2-point lead now for the Ball Hogs.
And a 20.
Owens now in double figures.
Right. If we call it, especially late into the thing, then
Here's Baron Davis from distance. Maxio snags the offensive board, puts it right back in. Jason Maxio. 9 points now.
When you think about with the Ball Hogs lineup, who else out there has the beef to kind of keep Maxill off the board?
That's it. Oh,
Stevenson is all of a sudden gone cold.
Yeah, but it's a good shot. I mean, the right pass by Josh Childress off the dribble penetration, and Stevenson in the corner. You got to take that shot.
There you go. 5-2. Good shot. Good shot. Let's pass. Let's pass. Let the cross.
Stevenson's now missed his last 4 shots.
We missed a lot of. Got a lot of good penetration and kicks, and we're not making the shots.
Hey, DJ! Out the way.
Baron Davis. 2 on the shot clock.
Off his heel.
Good defense there by Deshaun Stevenson.
Why wouldn't it be right here? I mean, the ball went. I know, but why wouldn't it be right there where it went out of bounds? I mean, we had a bounce right there. I don't. What the hell was that?
Knocked away. Steal. Baron lays it in. And he comes up a little gimpy. And he just signaled Michael Cooper, I need to come out. He's got 10 points.
Make those mistakes.
Stevenson. He's now missed 5 straight.
Time out. Time out.
Just the injury. Just the injury. Yeah.
2-point lead. As you can see, that right quad. Baron Davis. Big 3 here on FS1. Three's Company with a 2-point lead, but throughout the timeout, they've been working on the right quad of Baron Davis.
What talked to him, he said when he planted, he planted too hard, and now it's in his quad. That's where the injury took place, but great play out of the timeout. Again, when you can dribble baseline and the defense has to sink, all you have to do is get into your teammate's view. You're going to have an open shot either in the corner or up top like we saw by DeMar Johnson.
Good take by Josh Childress. 3-point lead for Three's Company. First team to 50 is the winner. You got to win by 2. Here's Andre Emmett. Couple of ball fakes. Knocked away by Deshaun Stevenson. 4 now on the shot clock. Knocked away again. And Deshaun Stevenson comes up with the steal. Stevenson has missed 6 straight.
Yeah, that one he shot a little flat-footed, D. I mean, that one he didn't get the elevation, hence.
And DeMar Johnson has knocked down a couple of triples.
Now, see, that wasn't flat-footed. The arc was up. The rotation was there.
Going in for this.
Andre Emmett lays it up and in.
Did you see Maxill? When he came in, that big body just cleared Josh Childress right out the way. It opened up for Emmett to get that easy layup inside.
Taylor is right.
Great defense. Here's Stevenson. Step back. Too strong.
Yeah, but I like that it was better elevation that time. It's just a little long, like you said, strong, but I like the elevation on that jump shot.
Here's Childress.
Go get it, Emmett.
Here's Andre Emmett now. Drives, banks, no. It will be up to Emmett.
Timeout.
DeMar Johnson to provide some scoring punches. Baron Davis nursing our right quad. Dante Jones will check back in. DeMar Johnson to have a seat.
Come on, Max, take a quick one. Get back
Ball
out.
Hogs have made just one of their last 8 shots. They're stuck on 31.
Well, think about this, too. Where are their shots coming from, D? A lot of it is contested long three-pointers instead of what they were doing well early, which was attacking off the dribble. I tell you, you don't want to fall in love with the three-point shot in a situation when you go cold.
DeMar Johnson certainly has not gone cold.
Hey, we gotta play defense. Let's go.
Three's Company 8 points away from victory. They're on a 10-0 run. And they are 11 over the Ball Hogs.
Hey, guys, no. Hey, let's a simple thing.
We gotta go rebound, y'all.
We take another look at the last 3 by DeMar Johnson.
Come on, Franny. This is my break to eat a pretzel, and you come back with a replay.
DeMar Johnson with 13.
And he's shot out of his butt.
And he is already 3
We got to try to attack the basket, see if we can get in foul trouble, and play tough defense. If we had the penetration and kicks were there, we just weren't making some of the shots. But let's keep attacking the basket. Then we got to just play good defense. If we can get some stops, score a few baskets, and hopefully maybe get him into foul trouble, and then we can take advantage of that one rule. But we can't live with the 3.
Be aggressive.
The Hall of Famer Rick Barry echoing exactly what you talked about. Let's take it to the basket. We cannot live with the 3s.
Listen, I don't claim to be the smartest, but I ain't the dumbest either. Okay? I know when you're not making shots, in particular long jump shots, now's the chance for you to get to the basket, not only make layups, but try to get your opponent in foul trouble in regards to getting to the penalty and score the ball that way.
Here's Taylor. Taylor drives. Left hand, yes. 9-point lead.
That time Andre Emmett tried to,
Fred,
he
go to
bailed
work,
out the,
Emmett. Go
on
to work.
defense that time by trying to get it over the top and couldn't get it.
Strip. Owens. No. Here's Dante Jones now. And Owens with the push.
All right, I'm down here on the Threes Company bench with unprecedented access, okay? I'm the only one in the building who has this access. I'm sitting here right next to Baron Davis. Baron, you tweaked your ankle. Are you going to continue to play?
No, we got a good lead. We got a good unit out there. Stay in front. Make them finish. Good move. That's a good move. Hey, through the...
Unprecedented access. You listen, I get the guys when they don't want to talk, okay? No one else in sports gets the guys when they actually don't want to talk. Jimmy, Brian, you could talk to guys when they're like, hey, I'm here to be interviewed.
Right.
I get the guys when they're like, I don't want to talk to you, Mike Rapp. That's called unprecedented access. Hashtag unprecedented access.
Do you think it could be you?
No, you know what the problem is? He asked Baron about his ankle when it was his quad. That's why he didn't want to talk to you.
Well, that's called bad information.
No, who gave you the information?
You!
No,
You said ask him about his ankle. Supposed to be an insider. You played with these guys.
Andre Emmett lays it in, and Threes Company is 2 points away from another victory.
Hashtag not paying attention while he's on the side.
Right.
Hashtag that. Unprecedented access.
Emmett now has 10 points. Here's Deshaun Stevenson. To Owens. Taylor.
Oh, good defense again by DeMar Johnson, cutting off the drive.
Drive laid up and in by Taylor. Nice move.
Now, Jermaine Taylor stayed with him. I mean, the initial defense twice by DeMar cut him off, but Jermaine Taylor just stayed with it, lowered his shoulder, got to the opposite side of the rim for that layup.
Point game. Andre Emmett in and out. Deshaun Stevenson drives the baseline up and under. No, Emmett. Spins the lane. No, but there's a foul on Stevenson.
The thing about Andre Emmett, he plays like a bull, so he initiates a lot of contact. And as a defender, you got to put a body on him, but he does an excellent job of using your body.
And he could have won it with that free throw, but it comes out. Taylor knocks down the three. And the ball hogs still have life.
Well, make you pay. You got to, you know, and we said this, how important it is to make free throws, especially at the end of the game. You could have got this over with to give ball hogs a little life.
Here's Emmett working on Stevenson.
Okay, that's okay. If the first one's not,
here's the reach in.
Second one. Has to be the second one.
Again, when you're over 46 points,
So you can't get
and you're not in, and you're in the penalty, that initial foul after being in the penalty, if it's a non-shooting foul, goes to the side.
Yes.
Push it off.
The next foul, like right now,
That's 4 on them.
he goes back to the penalty and now is able to get to the free throw line.
That's on Dante Jones being fouled by Jermaine Taylor.
Come on, Max. Max, you got to get him. Got to get him, Max. You got to get him. Let's go.
Jermaine Taylor right here,
get him.
swoop, and then
Oh,
Dante,
okay.
as you and I both know, that floor don't
Come on,
bend, bro.
D.
You know, especially when you hit it dead on with your knee. Been there plenty of times, man.
Let's see with Dante Jones. He can win it with the free throw. He's got 4 points. Make that 6. And Three's company walks away with victory. Their 3rd of the season. They're now 3-1. And still very much so in the hunt towards the top of the standings. Let's go on the court with our Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm here with DeMar Johnson. You guys won this game.
Yeah.
Three's company. You got Dante Jones. You got Michael Cooper. You got Baron Davis. How you feeling about your team this season?
I feel good about us, Mike. I mean, even when I drafted the team early this year, I knew we had some dogs with us. And, you know, I mean, I ain't seen BD in a while, but BD's coming out here, and he's been our most powerful force.
All right, you guys are playing like a team.
Yeah.
You're passing, you're giving, you're cutting. Do you think it's rude that Brian and Jimmy Jackson, they have access to food, but they don't pass, they don't cut? They're not like Rap, you want a hot dog or a pretzel? Be honest.
Hey, man, Jimmy's my guy. I used to have to get him food as a rookie when I was a rookie, so I'm used to getting Jimmy food all the time.
All right. Brian, Jimmy, I think he said it without saying it. It's rude.
I tell you what, we got a matchup of a couple of unbeatens coming up. Mike Hill comes your way after this break. It's the Big 3 here on FS1.
Great night of basketball so far here from Little Caesars Arena as the best 3-on-3 basketball you will possibly see continues to go at the Big 3. 2 games are already in the books. We got Trilogy and Three's company as winners tonight. 2 more games remain to be played, including our marquee matchup, a battle of unbeatens between Three-Headed Monsters and Tri-State. Of course, Three-Headed Monsters last year's runners-up, but a lot of people are saying that this year could be Gary Payton's year to get it done and get over that hump. And as Ice Cube explains it, only he can explain it. But Three-Headed Monsters so far, they have been true to the game.
Last year, they were close.
Pulls up, knocks it down.
Letting the early lead slip away.
After being down by 11, Trilogy responds on a 20-8 run.
Tie basketball game. Now this is what we buckle in.
Step back 16-footer for the win, and it's over. They win the Big 3 championship game.
That loss only fueled them to retool and recharge as true contenders.
for the title.
I like the pieces that we got this year. You know, it's just a matter of just continue to work hard, stay positive, and just be real unselfish. That's why we're here. We want to win, man. Everybody on the team want to win, from the players to the coaches. Anything less, we wouldn't be successful.
Yeah, the three-headed monsters, they are hungry, they want it, they are motivated, but remember, they got to do it without last year's MVP, Rashard Lewis, who is out for the season after hurting his Achilles last week. Don't forget, next week, they are in South Beach. How come I'm not going to South Beach? I'm not hosting next week. I'm upset about that. But next Friday on FS1 is still going to be great as the Big 3 is live from Miami. You don't want to miss it. Catch it live on FS1 at 8 p.m. Eastern, but stream it live on the Fox Sports app. We can be seen all over. Big 3 is global. Tonight's telecast is being seen internationally in over 30 countries, spanning Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, Latin America, and Turkey. I was speaking every one of those languages right now, but well, we don't have enough time. My producer, Franz, is basically saying no. We got the three-headed monsters coming up next. Gary Payton's crew, battle of unbeaten Tri-State. Should be a good one right here on FS1.
Man, you know, after playing 18 years in the league and, you know, and playing another, 4 years in high school, it seemed like I've been playing it all my life, and to be able to get back on the court with some of my peers that I played against, I've watched for so many years, and, being in the locker rooms again, smelling the arenas, the popcorn, feeling that, that vibe from the fans is something that you don't ever get used to. It makes your blood just rush so quickly that it's just a sense of excitement. I really enjoy being back into it. I think one thing I like the most is this different challenge. One of the biggest things that caught me off guard was the physicality of it. That was kind of different than what we're used to. It's something that you got to adjust to, but I think guys really like it.
Jermaine O'Neal, of course, one of the Tri-State stars. He can do it all over the court, but you know what? Even Jermaine O'Neal doesn't have access on the court like our very own Michael Rappaport. If you haven't heard, he's got unprecedented access. Let's take it out to my man.
Unprecedented access to all the players, every single person in this building. I could talk to anybody I want, including the guy who we just did a beautiful feature on, except for he is not on the court right now. Jermaine O'Neal is what we call MIA. Now, next week we're in Miami, which is also called MIA. Jermaine O'Neal, we just did a gorgeous feature on there. You looked lean, you looked mean. The guy came into the league when he was 17. Maybe he doesn't want to talk to me. I'm gonna grab somebody else. You know what? Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Your shooting has been talked about. You're killing it every week. How much work do you put in each week during the season?
I don't know how many minutes or hours, but I put a lot of work in.
Are you having a ball, my friend?
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
You're killing it. Last week it was like LSU flashbacks. Did you ever think Shaquille was on the court, young Shaq?
Do I have a what?
Last week you had a flashback. Did it feel like young Shaq was out there on the court with you?
No, young Mahmoud.
You look fantastic. Mike.
49 years old, getting it done. 14 straight points in the big win last week. Tri-State, three-headed monsters. Battle of the lone undefeateds next, right here on FS1 because Jim Jackson with the call.
Our key matchup of the night, the battle of unbeaten. Three-headed monsters, 3-0. Tri-State, 3-0. Somebody's O has to go as we take a look at the standings. Tri-State, three-headed monsters, the only unbeaten squad right now in the Big 3. Three's Company got a victory. They're at 3-1. Power, they will be playing next. They're at 2-1. Jim Jackson alongside Brian Custer here. This is what you've been waiting for. I mean, you look at Tri-State, they've got it all. They got it inside, they got it outside. Amar'e, Stoudemire. How about David Hawkins, Nate Robinson, and then the three-headed monsters? They got height, and they got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who's been fantastic.
He's been great because he's shooting the ball with precision, accuracy, and depth. That means now you have to come out and guard him. But what's going to be interesting to see the new roles. Now that Rashard Lewis is out, you have Quintel Woods, who's going to kind of take his place in the post, shoot the basketball, but also Gary Payton wants to pound the ball inside when You know, they have the advantage with Kwame Brown when he comes in. Doesn't think that Tri-State has the size inside to contend with that. So let's keep our eye on those two matchups.
Well, let's get right to the rosters for both of these squads. And you talk about both of these squads, they're led by Hall of Famers. Gary Payton leads the three-headed monsters. They were the winners up in the championship game last season. And GP says he believes he has the horses to get it done. And Tri-State, led by the Dr. Julius Dr. J. Irving. Nate Robinson now with the Rock. He's had a couple of game winners. And inside they go to Amar'e Stoudemire.
All right, that's okay.
They're going to call that an offensive foul on Stoudemire.
For real. Ralph, he up on the... Hey, oh man. He's
So I
up
think
under
that
me,
matchup
sir.
right now with Reggie Evans and Stat, Reggie wants to play physical. I don't think Stat should play that game. I think he should use his agility, his jump shooting,
strong D.
to use that against Reggie Evans instead of trying to battle with it, because Reggie Evans will win that battle, win that war every time.
Abdul-Rauf first shot, no good. Here's David Hawkins, who's been fantastic for Tri-State. Stoudemire now with one on the shot clock. Steps back. That one will remain with Tri-State.
I'm going in. When you go up, I'm going in. Let me get you open. Get open. Come on, Nate.
Lane O'Neal, inactive for Tri-State. Here's Nate Robinson. He draws the foul on Abdul-Rauf.
How about that matchup? Quickness and Nate Robinson against savviness of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
So here's Nate Robinson. Free throws out. Abdul-Rauf the drive and puts in the first 2 points of the game. David Hawkins. Step back from three, yes!
All right, let's play some defense.
David Hawkins, averaging 19. Had a team high 18 last week, team high 20 the week before. Here's Reggie Evans, not his forte. Stoudemire clears it. And here's the Hawk. He was looking to get into Stoudemire, he throws it away.
Well, that time he got caught in between. He wanted to shoot. Quintel Woods went up to contest. Thought Stat was going to step up a little bit more, but sometimes stay under control, stay on the ground. Retain that possession and don't turn it over. Let's see if three-headed monsters can take advantage of it.
There's Reggie Evans. Good dish by Abdul-Rauf.
Well, not only the dish, this is another thing that Gary Payton talked about. They want to run a lot of pick and roll, especially in the middle of the court. They want to force Nate Robinson to have to play defense. And that time, like we saw earlier with Baron Davis, the patience of Mahmoud freed up Reggie Evans for that layup.
Stoudemire faces up, misses the jumper. 1 point lead for the three-headed monsters. Both of these squads unbeaten. Mahmoud, the pull-up. Gets the roll. And pass off the hand of Stoudemire. Wasn't ready for it.
A couple of miscommunications here. To Dr. J, stoic by Tri-State. You know, turning the ball over is one thing. You want to be able to get shots.
Here's Hawkins. Drops to Amar'e Stoudemire, who rocks the rim.
I love it. Again, that pocket pass and Hawk, because he's been scoring so much, he turned the corner. Now you had to help a little bit by Evans. See a deflection here, and beautiful pass and finish to Stat inside.
Good defense by Hawkins.
So when you're a threat to score, you attract attention. Then all you got to do is make a play. Do I have a shot? Nope. I see you, Reggie. You peeking. You jumped up too much, and now I'm going to make you pay for it.
Hawkins lays it in. For folks who don't know, Hawkins is from D.C., played professionally in Europe, won titles in Italy and Turkey. He has been phenomenal here in the Big Three. And right now, his Tri-State squad has a 1-point lead over the three-headed monsters. It's the Big Three here on FS1. Detroit, Tri-State, three-headed monsters, 1-point lead for Tri-State. And as we are away, look at Gary Payton in the huddle of the three-headed monsters.
Animated, but he's upset because yesterday in practice, they talked about how they wanted to guard defensively. And you're talking about a former defensive player of the year, a guy that took pride in playing D. So when his team is not responding in the way that he feels is necessary, especially when you just worked on it, he's going to let them know in a direct way. But I think his teams understand that, why he's doing it.
Reggie Evans follows that one up. Gary Payton was the only point guard to be named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Defense is his forte, and his three-headed monsters a 1-point lead now. Another great dish to Stoudemire. Oh, my.
And I got flashbacks as I remember that Amar'e when I played with him at Phoenix. As soon as you would help Steve Nash would just drop it off, it'd be an alley-oop or it'd be a finish like that inside the stat. It's good to see him back doing his thing again.
Reggie Evans knocks down the jumper. Nate misses. Inside the Quintel Woods.
Some things just don't get old, my man. And this is one of them. Stat getting to the basket. Throwing it down with some authority. How about the playmaking ability that time of Nate Robinson? Tracking the D and then dropping it off.
Salim Stoudemire. Check in for the three-headed monster, seeing his first piece of action. And here's Quintel Woods. This is the man Gary Payton says, I got to lean on him, especially with Rashard Lewis out for the season. There's Reggie Evans. Man, and he cleans the boards and lays it right back up and in.
Do what you do best, which is play defense. You pound the offensive defensive glass. You make yourself a valuable asset. That time, I think Amar'e just fell asleep on Reggie Evans to be able to get in there and get that offensive rebound.
There's Boots from Uncle Drew.
Yeah, keep going, Nate.
Nate Robinson. 1-point lead for the three-headed monster. Stoudemire, too strong. Hawkins clears the board.
Over there. ISO.
Hawkins lays it in. Man, he is just a ball player.
And how about taking the initial contact from Quintel Woods, but it really didn't move him off balance. He could have easily been pushed out the lane, but that big body didn't let him, and Quintel Woods responds with a three-pointer himself.
2-point lead. Three-headed monsters. And Boots is getting warm. He's even said it. The guy don't even call me Nate anymore. They just call me Boots.
Hey, listen, that's what happened when you go Hollywood, baby. That's what happened.
Quintel Woods missed it.
Knock it out.
Nate the Great.
Nah.
Yes, sir.
No, you can't call him there.
Do we stay with Boots?
Stay with Boots. From now on.
Stoudemire. In and out. 6-0 run.
And great box out that time by Amar'e Stoudemire. Boots.
He will go to the line.
You know, some guys are just fun to watch. Here's Quintel Woods on the drive. Misses. Outside, Nate able to gather himself and get set. I tell you, he's brought this energy with him that is unmatched. I don't know what it is. Allen Iverson last year had something, I think because of the aura. But the respect that people have to see Lil Nate because of the slam dunk contest and everything is incredible, man.
He just took a hit to the eye.
You all right, man?
You all right?
Nothing intentional right here. Salim kind of pushes off. Got a little high. I guarantee you shoot it, though.
That shot blocked. And, hey, Bonzi Wells puts it in. Welcome back, Bonzi Wells, who's been out all season and getting his first action this season.
Yeah, Bonzi last year had a little bit of a scare over the summer with blood clots. So I'm so glad to see Bonzi's able to get back on the court. Another one of my rookies when he was at Portland.
Yeah, they got no help for that. They got no help with the next
6-point lead for Dr. J's Tri-State squad as they look to remain unbeaten. They're on an 8-0 run.
You all right, man?
Let's go on the court to Michael Rappaport.
All right, I have unprecedented access, okay, to another person who probably doesn't want to be talking to me right now. Hall of Famer Gary Payton, as you can see, he's right over my shoulder, doing what he does best besides play basketball. Talk, 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 talk. Now listen, Gary, very important question. You're very animated, you're very hyped up. Why?
Because we're not playing well. I mean, my team is now, the last days will turn the ball over. Not playing defense, no switches or nothing. They're not playing well.
All right, now last week, apparently you had a barbecue at your house. Everyone was invited except for me. Why?
Because you rapping part.
All right, Jackson. Jackson, this is not cool. Everybody in the league was invited except for me. I heard they had great food. It was catered.
I didn't get invited. That's my boy. So don't feel bad. Me and you.
Oh, my God. I mean, he just cut straight to the point because you're Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Stoudemire, 10-footer, yes. 4-point lead now for Tri-State.
Yeah, much needed basket, but more importantly, they need the defensive stops. That's something, again, Gary talked about.
Stoudemire guarding Robinson. And he will pull up from deep. And Boots is red hot.
Look, on the basket. Yo, get back.
They're going to take another look to see just how deep. Was it a 4-pointer or was it a 3?
Well, again, keep in mind, you don't have to be completely in the circle.
If it's a 4, it's half.
Your foot has to be at least touching part of the circle, and it gets called as a 4-point shot. So that's what the officials are reviewing right here. And let's see steps right here.
That point, he's still in it. That would be a 4, and yes,
yeah,
that's a 4.
Yeah,
that's a 4.
That left foot right there.
We should be at the half then.
Is it raised or is it down on the ground a little bit? Right here, that left foot.
Foot is on the line.
Up above it.
In the circle, it's on the line. I'm telling you, it's on the line.
It's right in front.
He's on the line.
Ooh,
that's a close call.
That is
That's
close.
4. He's on the line. 4. He's on the line.
They're going to give him 4. They're going to give him 4. They're going to give him 4. Tri-State goes into the half up 8, 25-17. They have hit 6 of their last 8 shots. Thanks in part to Nate Robinson, who's already in double figures for Tri-State. They end the first half on a 12-2 run. And right now, Boots is with Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm with Nate Robinson down here. Actor, ball player, you're doing your thing. How you feeling about Tri-State's chances to keep going?
I feel good about our chances. We got Jermaine O'Neal down. We got Bonzi Wells stepping up. That's what teammates do. They got each other's back, and we're just trying to get every win we can.
What about this matchup with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? It's like speed versus age versus experience.
Well, he got the wisdom. So right now, I can't let a 49-year-old guy show me up. I know he used to get buckets back in the day. I was a fan of his. So for me, it's an honor. It's a treat for me to be able to go against such a legend. So I'm just trying to contain him and just try to make every shot hard as possible for him to make.
All right, keep going, Nick. Keep doing your thing. Guys.
Appreciate it. Man, it's been a good first half, especially for Tri-State. They've got an 8-point lead. Stoudemire, he has been phenomenal. He's got 4. Tri-State trying to remain unbeaten. Big 3 on FS1.
Half on a 12-2 run. Hey, don't forget to catch baseball's biggest stars for an unforgettable show from the nation's capital. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. I'm Mike Hill. We are at the half, Little Caesars Arena. Chauncey Billups right behind me. Of course, Detroit Pistons right here. Tri-State getting the job done in the first half, thanks in part to Nate Robinson, who's been incredible, or as they call him in Uncle Drew, Boots. And he is kicking there. Well, I'm not going to say that. Nate Robinson making it happen from all over the court. 2 threes and even hit that big 4 to end the half to give Tri-State the big 8-point lead at the half in this big battle of undefeated teams. Nate Robinson, very fiery, always ready to go. As you can see, 12 points for Nate on the night on 4 of 6 shooting. He's also dished out 2 assists. As you see, Reggie Evans leading the way for the three-handed monsters. He's got 8 points on 4 or 5 shooting. Hey guys, Tri-State might be the best team I've seen all season. Highly competitive, and they've been consistent all year long. Right?
Yeah, I tell you what, thanks to Boots or Nate Robinson, who scored 12 of their last 14 points. They certainly have been the model of consistency through 4 weeks of the Big 3.
Well, it gives you so much energy. He forces you to guard, but he makes plays for his teammates, and I think it's opened it up for David Hawkins to quietly be that needed score opposite of Nate Robinson, because now you can't help on him, and that big body gets inside of David Hawkins. They're both going to make you pay.
8-point lead for Tri-State. They're led by the Hall of Famer, Dr. J, and we've got the doctor mic'd up. Hey, Doc, it's Brian, it's Jim. You got an 8-point lead here going into the second half. What has impressed you more? Is it the play of Nate, or is it the play of David Hawkins thus far? All right. We'll get Doc mic'd up so he can hear us.
Mike, Doc is focused right now.
Oh man, he's got his team rolling as well.
I would love to hear his thought process of how, we can get him online. The difference is this year, what makes Nate so special, why the team has responded with him on the court and him on the team. You know what I mean? The energy is totally different. That's not taking anything from Mike James, who played on Tri-State last year.
All right, so work it, okay? You know.
7 lead changes.
Go ahead.
12 of the last 14 was made by Nate Robinson.
Say something.
Got you. Can you hear us, Doc?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
there he is.
I got you. I hear you.
Hey, Doc, we wanted to ask you, this year with Nate Robinson, what's the difference with having Nate on the team now as opposed to not having him last year?
Well, Nate's clear energy guy, much better offensively than I ever thought he was. We had Mike James last year, but Nate brings the scoring that Mike gave us last year and playmaking. And I think he likes to play make.
Right, there you go, right there, simple. You see it right there. Stoudemire misses that dunk.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about your team is David Hawkins. This is a guy, it seems like every week is putting up 20. And I remember when he got the start week 1, I said so many people were surprised by your output, and he said, listen, when Dr. J came up to me and said, I'm going to start you, and there's a reason why I drafted you, he said that was all the confidence I needed.
No, he is supremely confident, and he gets a quiet 20 every game, not playing selfishly, playing unselfishly, and then he brings other things to the table too, because he rebounds, he's getting there on the skills, defensively, he's making the other team play harder. So we're not taking anything for granted in this, but he's our best guy.
Doc, we'll let you go back to coaching. We'll end it with this. Do you think you've got the championship team here in Tri-State?
Well, with Jermaine with this team, then, these guys were rated ahead of us. They were rated 1, we were rated 2, so we still got to knock them off.
Love it. Hey, Doc, I see you got your lucky shoes on again.
Yeah, I got them on.
Clean, baby. Cleaner than the Board of Health.
Julius Irving, head coach of Tri-State. Oh, them is mean.
They're smooth.
What is that? Smooth. These guys.
They're smooth, baby.
Here's Nate. Reach in by Quintel Woods.
And Quintel Woods got away with a foul right there. There's a lot of contact, and the baseline official wasn't able to call it. He called a tech on Nate.
Technical on Nate. He's firing.
I deserve that, but that's a foul.
Especially if that first foul on me was one.
So here's Mahmoud. He'll shoot the technical.
Well, let's take a look right here. Gets past Mahmoud and then reaches in. The hand was on the ball, but it was a foul on the reach across. And the official that time was in the perfect angle to call it, but he didn't. And let's see if that free throw right there kind of gets Mahmoud kind of going. And sometimes for shooters, as you know, Brian, if the shot is not going all the way, he's 3 for 6, which is good, but free throws tend to help you out a little bit.
And look at Mahmoud and Nate. Is this one starting to get physical here? Again, these are two of the unbeaten squad, the only two unbeaten right now in the Big Three.
Yeah, there you go.
And Nate draws another one.
Good call.
On the side. What's that shape?
You can see Nate pleading to the camera saying, listen, you guys think I was shooting? Here's David Hawkins. Drop off. Stoudemire.
Good play, David. Good play, David.
Well, again, Hawk able to turn the corner, and Reggie Evans had no choice to help, and Quintel Woods was late on his drop down on that rotation, and Stat able to get inside, but see if Stat can take advantage of the foul by getting to the free throw line and converting it.
Stoudemire. Shoot 1 for 2. Got it. 6-point lead.
The beautiful thing about playing with Stat is that in late game situations, he's a very good free throw shooter. So he played so aggressive, was able to get to the line, and you see that beautiful stroke he had. He was able to get there and make teams pay for, i.e. putting us in the penalty or fouling him when he got possessions down low.
Here's Reggie Evans now. Evans, 13 seasons in the NBA. As he knocks down the free throw, 2 points. He averages a double-double here in the Big Three. He's got 10 right now. Nate spin. What a dish to Amar'e Stoudemire. Nate the Great showing off.
Over. Hey.
Mahmoud. That one rolls off.
But even when he misses, it's soft. That's when you know you're a shooter. It comes off soft, but right there, Quintel Woods late, but how about Nate? Spin cycle, inside, Stat. Give me that. Come on back. Oh, Reggie, you jumped down a little bit too far, and Stat, from playing with Steve Nash, puts his head right to the basket, understands where to go. And Nate, again, thank you. Thank you.
You movie star, you Nate Robinson. Oh, misses. Here's Mahmoud. Yes. All he needs is space.
You know we in Detroit, right? Well, Leah, age ain't nothing but a number, baby. You know what I mean? Mahmoud is showing us that.
Yep, 8-2 run. Three-headed monster. Hawkins. He tried to deliver one to Amar'e Stoudemire cutting baseline, and oh, that would have been something.
Yeah, and I think Stat thought that he was going to shoot because his eyes were kind of up, looking up, getting prepared for maybe a rebound.
Hey, come on, bro.
Nate hitting the ground.
Let's see if Mahmoud starts to get warm now. He scored 14 straight to lead the three-headed monsters to victory last week. Here's the dish to Reggie Evans. He lays it in.
But see, Nate can't bail him out. That time he was trying to go for the steal from behind, and that left a 2-on-1 with Mahmoud and Reggie Evans against Stat. And now you get an easy basket. You got to play solid defense and don't bail your opponent out.
2 unbeaten, 2-point lead. Oh, you don't want to miss this ending of this one.
All right, with with Amar'e Stoudemire in your rookie year. I ran into you all-star break. You said these guys in this league are soft, talking about the NBA. What about the Big Three? Is the Big Three soft? What's going on out there for you?
Oh, no, it's not soft here, man. It's a physical game, but it's fun. You know, it's a great atmosphere. We're enjoying it out here.
You seem so calm, cool, and collective, man. It's been like you've grown up since I met you when you were a kid, man.
I was 18 when we first met, Mike, you know, so now I'm 35, man. Things have changed.
All right, well, have a great game, Amar'e. Get out there and do your thing. I love that dude, man. That's a true story. I met him when he was 18, rookie season, and I said, yo, you're doing your thing. He said, yo, these MF'ers, man.
All right, 8 points for Amar'e Stoudemire. In fact, he says he still wants to get back into the NBA. Enjoying his time here in the Big Three. Robert Height checks back in. So does Bonzi Wells, and he's fouled by Kwame Brown.
Yeah, that time Kwame a little bit late, and Bonzi.
And he did not like it.
No, no. And Bonzi really just getting back active, and
this is a look from Ref Cam. Oh, he poked him right in the eye. You can see that. Tri-State should be in the bonus with that personal.
Oh, we're in the bonus. We're in the bonus. We're in the bonus. A lot of driving. A lot of driving. Make a foul you.
As physical as that play was, when Bonzi got back to the free throw line, he and Kwame kind of dapped each other up. They know he understands that it wasn't on purpose.
Good offensive rebound by Stoudemire.
Look at the hustle that time by Reggie Evans, though.
Reggie working on Height. Lost it. Bonzi. To Robert Height.
But how about the pass in close quarters? That time able to shuffle it to him to get it inside, and Height being active but aware that the pass was coming.
4-point lead. Mahmoud, the three. No. Bonzi. And here's Height. That left hand.
How about that box out right there by Reggie Evans? Look for a little pick and roll here with Mahmoud.
Big lineup for the three-headed monsters.
Can't go under. Can't go under. Can't go under.
Missed it. But he'll get another look. You don't give him two. You do not give him two. He's got 12. 2-point lead for Tri-State. Both teams unbeaten. First team to 50. Win by 2. Stoudemire. And they're going to call a block on Kwame Brown.
Doesn't this game have the eerie feeling of the one last week where kind of three-headed monsters and Mahmoud just kind of hung around, then he went on that spurt at the end. It has that kind of feel right now where Tri-State can't create any separation, and right here Kwame just leans up with his body and doesn't get himself in position to get that charge.
Brown lost his shoe too. Who was the most physical guy you think you played with?
That I played with?
Played against?
Oh, man, back in the day, bro. I mean, I remember playing my first game, not my first game, but playing against a guy named Ricky Pierce.
Ricky Pierce.
Old school two-guard who was playing for Seattle at the time. I mean, he was like a brick house, okay? Really physical two-guard that knew how to use his body. At that time, he wasn't as athletic as he was when he was younger, but the mind and how he used his position, I was like, oh, God, I got to get strong. I was pretty strong at the time, too.
It's Stoudemire. That's grown man move there.
But he used his quickness that time. He allowed Reggie Evans to try to push up and be physical. And as soon as Reggie pushed up, that's what said, took that escape dribble right to the middle for a nice little jump hook.
Here's Mahmoud. 5 on the shot clock. He's going to pull it. Yes! You hit it, Jim Jackson. He's getting warm.
Yeah, but I just talked about escape dribble. That one right there was an escape dribble with Mahmoud clearing enough space, and Reggie Evans and Bonzi jawing back and forth. Two physical players.
Well, in the Big Three, you got to bring your name and your game.
But Reggie Evans will, you know, play that mind game to force you to try to play physical with him.
And Bonzi Wells. And Bonzi Wells has come off the bench and given this team a spark.
That way. Make him go that way. Make him go that way. Switch. Hands up,
Four-point lead
hands up.
for Tri-State.
Hands up.
Evans with 3 inside the Kwame Brown, and Robert Height grabs it.
Well, how about the recognition? Mahmoud really wanted that pick and roll to come, but didn't happen. Reggie Evans smartly saw that Kwame got inside position on Height inside, and Robert couldn't do anything about it. But how about Kwame Brown also positioning himself in the middle of the lane to receive the pass?
Here's Kwame Brown. Didn't play last week. It's been 12 years in the league. You might remember when Michael Jordan was the GM of the Washington Wizards. Drafted. Kwame Brown is the #1 pick in the 2001 NBA draft. He's one of those guys who, right-handed guy, but shoots free throws left-handed. Here's David Hawkins. Step back 3. Mock move. Down 4. The kick to Quintel Woods. Big 3 by Q Woods. 1-point lead for Tri-State.
And Quintel hustled it around the court.
Height misses. Hawkins, ball fake. He'll go to the line.
On the last basket, little 2-man action. That'll help. And that time, David Hawkins anticipating maybe someone getting to the lane, gave too much room to Quintel Woods, couldn't close down in time, and gave up that 3-point shot. But that was an excellent 2-man game on the strong side of the court that opened up that basket for Woods.
Hawkins has got 9 points. He averages 19. That one rolls in. He's now got 11. Keep in mind, first team to 50. The winner, you got to win by 2.
Take him, Hawk. Take him, Hawk.
Hawkins, the drive. David Hawkins has scored 4 straight.
And I like the decision, B. That was a quick isolation on the wing before the defense on the help side, on the weak side couldn't react.
Hawkins could be. Now has 13, 6-0 runs for Tri-State.
Damn. That's all Reggie does.
Reggie Evans will go to the line now.
All right, good foul by
shooting
Stat.
2.
Good foul. You want to put Evans to the free throw line rather than give up and lay up inside, see if he converts.
Grab it.
And he can't convert. You don't want to leave that man open. That one's short.
I got him.
2-man game. Woods, Evans.
You got to get the ball above his head and get it to his shoulders or something.
That was on Stoudemire, and Evans back at the line. 5-point lead for Tri-State. 14 foul. Mahmoud will get a blow. In comes Salim Stoudemire.
And I like that substitution right now, knowing that you're going to need Mahmoud down the stretch of the game. Give him a quick little breather. You know, you're only down 3 points.
All right, we got him in the penalty.
He's going to have to make some big plays, not just shots, but he's going to have to make some big plays for 3-headed monsters if they want to come out of this game with a W.
Ball knocked away from Robert Height. Let's go to Michael Rappaport.
All right, I have unprecedented accents. I'm on the bench. I'm actually on the bench with Bonzi Wells at Tri-State. Bonzi, you took a blow to the face. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You know, this is what it is. You know, it's a physical game. But, you know, you got to be able to play through this thing and still be able to perform. And I'm ready.
Now, what's going on out there with you and Reggie Evans? Are you guys friends? Is it all physical? You guys all seem like you're friends, but when you get out on the court, there's no friends.
There's no friends out here on the court. I hate Reggie Evans once we get between these lines, but he's the best guy in the world outside these lines. But on this line, between the lines, I hate him.
You getting back in this game, Bond?
I can't wait to get back in.
Keep going. Fellas, that's unprecedented access. I don't know how to spell it, nor do I know how to say it, but that is what it is, my friend.
Well, it's almost like us. Like, off air, we're great friends. But now when we are in between these lines, Mike, I don't like you.
Rockin' jockin' about 93, 94. I didn't like you then. I don't like you now, my friend.
But you respect me.
I respect you as a competitor.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, my God. We got some competition on this one. Look at this. 1-point lead for Tri-State.
That stretches out the defense. That time, Robert Height forced Reggie to come out and guard him, and then Quintel Woods comes across, raking the arm of Stoudemire.
Stoudemire will go to the line, 1 for 2. Yes. Stoudemire in double digits. Nate Robinson will now check in. Tri-State will keep it because they're in the penalty. And here's Nate. Here's the quickness. Inside, Stoudemire. Nearly an and one.
I like that. I like that. Very aggressive.
Amar'e's got 12. Hawkins has got 13. Nate has got 12.
Well, you'd love to have a point guard that can make quick decisions. And that time, Nate Robinson recognized that the help came out a little bit further, and that on the weak side, David Hawkins' man kind of stayed close to him. That was an easy pass and not stacked. Missing that free throw, not able to take advantage of it.
Shooter! Shooter!
Here's Stoudemire. The drive, yes. 1-point lead for Tri-State. First team to 50. The winner. You have to win by 2. Both of these squads are unbeaten. Here's Hawkins. Takes the bump. Reggie Evans puts it right back up and in. Three-headed monsters take a 1-point lead. 8 lead changes here. We go back and forth. 2 best teams in the league right now. Nate drives through the trees.
How did he get in between? That's that old football stuff right there. He got it right in between the gap. Just watch him duck his head a little bit. The A gap open up. He's able to slide in right there. Still looking for a foul that he can't get.
Hawkins, 2 on the shot clock. The drive. There's a foul. Gary Payton was looking for an explanation. Hawkins has got 13. And another technical on Nate Robinson, his second, and so he's been ejected. It is our second ejection of the season.
Leave him alone, Nate. Leave him alone, Nate. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, Nate. What's that, attack?
So Nate Robinson with 12 points, complaining about calls, has been ejected from the game.
Well, that's huge, too, because, one, you take your best playmaker and second best scorer off the court. But I'm going to go back to this. Nate has to be smarter. You already have one. It's just like the NBA. You get 2 technical fouls, you go get kicked out. He got to be smarter than that. No matter what you think about the play or the foul or the non-call, that ejection hurts your team, obviously.
And the three-headed monsters are cleaning up at the free throw line. So here we go. They now have a 5-point lead. They're on an 8-0 run. And here's David Hawkins, will now shoot 1 for 2, because he was originally fouled driving to the basket. Tri-State will keep it because they're in the penalty.
We got 20 seconds.
Here's David Hawkins. Stoudemire! Oh, my! 1 point lead for the three-headed monsters. As Amar'e Stoudemire with the one-handed sledgehammer.
We got one.
Here's Quintel Woods. Yes! Three-headed monster. A basket away from victory and remaining unbeaten.
That's a big shot. Big shot by Quintel Woods. Hadn't played extremely well, but not afraid to take it when he had to.
Robert Height forces it up.
Move on. Yes, 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 yes.
Knowing when to duck in and receiving to keep your space, Amar'e, instead of inching in too early, Brian, he stayed wide. That forced Reggie Evans have to make a decision, which opened up the slot for him to grab and dunk.
Robert Height, huge three. We're tied up at 48. Gary Payton's going to call a timeout because next point wins it.
I'm sure right now with this great timeout, because this timeout for three-headed monsters allows Coach GP to get Mahmoud back in the game. And why that's important is because he can do so many things, but here's a replay. Hawk back between his leg steps. Robert Height able to catch. Salim Stoudemire late on the closeout. You got to be right there at the end of the game. You can't give up a three.
These are the only two unbeaten squads in the league. One of these teams going to walk away with their first loss, and we will have just one unbeaten. Tied up at 48. This has been all that it's been hyped and built up to be. And look, the bad boy of Detroit, Rick Mahorn, sitting courtside watching it all. His trilogy squad got their first victory tonight. 6 seasons he played here with the Pistons, won a championship in '89.
Two things here to look for. One, I'm sure it's going to be a pick and roll with Mahmoud going to his right. What Dr. J wants to do is make Mahmoud go to his left hand, push him away from his strong side. But again, keep in mind, as a right-hand shooter, you're more comfortable going to your left shooting if you got to turn the corner.
Here's Mahmoud. Had a game winner last week. Scored 14 straight. Dishes it to Quintel Woods, who dunks it home, and the three-headed monsters remain unbeaten. Wow. Point game. What a play by Gary Payton and the three-headed monsters, who are 4-0.
Well, because Mahmoud can make that shot off the dribble, again, you attract and you freeze the defense, Brian. That's what happened. And that time, Amar'e Stoudemire was stuck on the baseline with a decision to make. If I leave too early, if you see it right here, if I leave too early, Quintel Woods can dump it off to Reggie Evans. If I stay too late, now you have Quintel Woods down the middle of the lane. And that's the beauty about running the pick and roll in the middle of the court. It's so tough to stop. And when you have a smart point guard like Mahmoud, who makes the right play, and again, being the screener, the key is you set a screen, get a body, that frees yourself to get open. Classic.
Three-headed monsters trail by 8 at the half. They win by 2. They're still unbeaten. Here's Michael Rappaport with their head coach.
I'm with the Hall of Famer Gary Payton. Tell me about the timeout and the play that came out of it.
Well, I knew I had to get McMoon back in the game. He's been doing really well for us for the last 3 weeks. I just had to get him in the pick and roll, and I told Quintel he wasn't playing well. I said, Quintel, if you get a good pick on him, roll. They're going to try to trap McMoon, and that's what they did, roll. Quintel got a dunk.
In your heyday, you were defense, defense, defense. Remind people about Mahmoud when he was young, when he was still Chris Jackson, how nasty he was.
He was good. You know, y'all think about this Stephen Curry stuff and all that. Mahmoud was the first one of them, man. He could play the game.
Okay, you guys are undefeated. How much fun is the Big Three? How much fun is it winning in the Big Three?
It's really fun, man. You know, last year I lost one in the championship. Now I'm trying to go back. I'm 4-0. I lost with Rashard Lewis. I'm good. These guys came and played. They stayed with it, and I'm just having a lot of fun out here.
All right, well, Gary Payton, the Hall of Famer, congratulations, guys. That's called unprecedented access, my friend, unprecedented access.
And the three-headed monsters are still unbeaten. Mahmoud behind the back, and look at this dime. The Quintel Woods, who had 10 points, but boy, that was two of the biggest as the three-headed monsters, 4-0, 2-point victory over Tri-State. What a game. Three-headed monsters, they're unbeaten. And we've got another one coming up. It's the Big Three here on FS1.
Basketball right here, Big Three action on FS1. Maybe the best game that the Big Three has seen in a short amount of history as the three-headed monster in the game on a run to knock off Tri-State to stay undefeated on the season. What a ball game we just saw, and we got one more game. It's going to be hard for Power and the Ghost Ballers to try and close out the night and finish up after that one, but they will definitely try as Power tries to get their third win of the season. Year two, well, it's been with a lot of extra flavor, and it's been even more intense. We've already seen 2 ejections tonight and a lot of technicals, but a lot of it has to do with the newcomers mixing in with some of the old guys.
You feel that? The energy is different this year. Word spread and the hungry new talent raised that thing that changes everything. Competition.
You saw 2 of those new guys. Nate Robinson, of course, who's Mr. Excitement, got kicked out of the last game for 2 technicals. And, of course, Baron Davis, who got injured early tonight. He said he should be okay, but he is one of the leading candidates for MVP. So the Big Three is here to stay, baby. We got a lot more to do here. Big Three action. Final game of the night coming up. Power and the Ghost Ballers. Corey McGetty coming off with 34 points. How can he follow that up next on FS?
Fashion. Mahmoud for the win. Money. Andre Emmett for the win. And it rolls in. Here comes Nate Robinson for the game. Got it. Nate Robinson. He grabs the mask of Rashad McCann. McGetty for the win. Corey McGetty. And Power remains unbeaten. Next bucket wins it. The 3 for the win. Baron Davis. Mahmoud. He's going to pull it. He won it. Abdul-Rauf has done it again. David Hawkins for the win. The Hawk keeps Tri-State unbeaten.
Some big game winners so far this season. Guys coming up clutch. How about this one? Big game winner for the three-headed monsters. Quintel Woods off the pick and roll with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf in a tie game. It was tied at 48 at the time to win it 50-48 as the three-headed monsters once again the lone unbeaten team in the Big Three right now. Of course, they were the runner-up from last season. One more time, Quintel Woods finishing strong. You know what? Those Ballers Power coming up. I can't move. You're not even going to see me, but you know who has unprecedented access? I don't know if he's told you this or not. That would be Michael Rappaport.
Fellas, I have unprecedented access. Booze! Booze! Boozer! Unprecedented. Hold on, don't worry. This is unprecedented access. Carlos Boozer. Listen, your team is 0-3.
We are.
One of the greatest players to ever play in the NBA is from Detroit.
Yeah.
George the Iceman Gervin. What are you gonna do besides come out here with a nice beer to help your team get a win?
Mad points, a lot of rebounds, a lot of intensity. We're gonna get an Iceman a victory today, baby.
Don't do him wrong in the D, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Unprecedented access. Come here, I'm gonna talk to Big Baby Davis. Chris the Birdman Anderson's right here. He's scary. Big Baby. Listen, your team is 0-3.
My team ain't 0-3.
No, you're playing against a team that is 0-3. What are you going to do to put the nail in the coffin?
I don't know. We just going to have to beat them and just beat them real good, you know. Just because they 0-3 don't mean we got to lay up on them.
Okay, now do you remember what you had for breakfast?
Yeah, I had a turkey bacon with a bagel, and that's it.
Just one?
I have 4 pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm over here. Tricky Ricky Davis, you're doing a lot of stuff for the community. You're out there in Detroit today. What does it mean for you to be out there with the people every week, every city of the Big 3?
Means a lot, man, just to be able to give back to the people, being blessed, and just being hands-on with them. Sometimes people just need a little love to keep going, and that's what I'm here to do.
All right, well, keep doing your thing. Guys, I'm ready for this game to get going.
Hey, Rap, I'm disappointed you didn't try and get Cat to talk this time, man. I'm really disappointed in that effort out there. Unprecedented access. When we get back, the last game of the night, Power hoping to bounce back after suffering his first loss. Ghost Ballers looking to get their first win of the season.
Start dropping threes like trilogies, like companies, like PIGs. Got the summer on lock. Big 3 on Fox.
We're in Detroit, over 12,700 here in Little Caesars Arena as the Ghost Ballers get ready to take on Power. As we look at the standings, hey, the three-headed monsters, the only unbeaten squad right now in the Big 3, but Power trying to keep pace with Three's Company, who got a victory earlier tonight. Hello, everyone. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. Let me tell you something. We knew we were going to have a good one. You have 2 unbeaten squads, the only 2, and it was all of that. And you talked about how the three-headed monsters, how they would have to go forward without Rashard Lewis. Man, did they get great performances. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf is like the gift that keeps on giving.
He is, you know, older in age, but up here. He knew exactly what he wanted to get on that pick and roll with Quintel Woods at the end, and he delivered the pass. But how about the defense being able to lock in the last 2 or 3 possessions, not allowing Tri-State to score the basketball? I think that was the key for them.
So now you've got the Ghost Ballers, a squad that's 0-3 taking on Power, a team that's 2-1 who believes, hey, they can win the championship here. Suffered their first loss last week. Corey McGetty had a huge game at 34 points.
Well, this Power team is looking for a little get back. They thought they should have won that basketball game. They can beat you from the perimeter with Cat, Tino Mobley, and also Corey McGetty, but Big Baby Davis gives you energy. Ghost Ballers, they can't fall behind early. They have to get off to a great start.
Let's take a look at the rosters here for both of these squads, both led by Hall of Famers. The Iceman, George Gervin. He's from Detroit. He's home. He leads the Ghost Ballers. Ricky Davis, he gives them that scoring punch. And then for Power, Corey McGetty, player of the week, had 34, a Big 3 record 34. Catino, the Cat Mobley, and the Birdman, Chris Anderson, led by Nancy Lieberman. And there's McGetty. He's the Big 3 scoring leader right now, averaging 22. Ricky Davis, and Pretty Ricky, what they call him, with the steal and the dunk.
But that's how you got to start. You got to be the aggressor if you're Ghost Ballers, because getting a dub, your first one, is not going to be easy. They've been close, especially the first game. But since then, they trailed a lot more, and it's been harder for them to kind of keep themselves within striking distance to ultimately win.
Boozer stripped by Mobley. And here's McGetty. His first 3, money.
When that time, Carlos Boozer was a little hesitant to come out and really contest and guard up on McGetty, kind of giving him that 3-point shot. And great defense here by Catino, stripping Bulls inside. And how about the hustle? But then understanding that it's a mismatch up top, and Bulls giving McGetty a little too much space, air clearance, for knocking that shot.
They're going to call a foul on Power. Corey McGetty. Lee Nalon will inbound it. For the Ghost Ballers, the Birdman with the steal. Blocked by Boozer, though. Here's Vogel. That shot blocked. Boozer, the follow. Carlos Boozer leads the Big Three in leading rebounder. Crossover, Maggette, the former Piston, drives, he'll go to the line. Here's George Gervin, he's from Detroit. Played ball at Eastern Michigan, 9-time NBA All-Star, 4-time scoring champion. So here's Corey Maggette. His head coach, Nancy Lieberman, Lady Magic.
And I think her calm demeanor, when Powell see a great pass by Ricky Davis out to nail on it, Boo's able to wedge out. And I'm saying that friendly. Yeah, wedge out.
Give a little
Chris
push.
Anderson. But I think Nancy Lieberman and her demeanor keeps their team calm, especially in pressure situations, because of how she relates to the guys and how much they respect her. Respect her.
She did her head coaching here in Detroit. She coached the shop of the WNBA.
And, you know, all coaches have different styles, and you really have to get a sense and feel of your team and how to coach your team. Some need a little prodding to Boozer inside. Some need a little soft touch.
Here's Maggette. The drive, reached in, stolen by Ricky Davis. And Carlos Boozer lays it in for the easy bunny.
No. Not yet, not yet.
8-5 lead for the Ghost Ballers, looking for their first victory of the season. Birdman, the jumper. And Lee Naylor. 10-5 now.
Gotta go with them, man.
6-0 run for the Ghost Ballers. We call that one on Nayland. Big baby Glen Davis getting his first action.
He was campaigning.
He was trying to get
camera,
in,
trying to get in, hoping somebody would foul to get him on the court.
Yeah.
Mobley, ball fake, drives, no.
Well, Mario get Ricky for a minute. Give him a break. Hey, Mario, go get Rick for a minute. Give him a break. You guard Maggette. Rick, come on, give me one. I want you to give me one for a minute. Just for a minute. I want you to get your breath.
Here's Katino
Get
Mobley.
your breath.
11 seasons, 4 teams.
Yeah, you're going right back in. Get your breath.
Misses that free throw. Boozer grabs the board.
Go get it. Go get it, lead, shoot, lead.
Naylor. One on the shot clock.
Tell Lee to be ready to catch and shoot.
What a Maggette.
Awesome jumper.
Yeah, I know, man. Okay. Lee. Hey, Lee. Shoot your jumper.
Here comes Ricky Davis checking back in.
Shoot that jumper, Lee. You work too hard.
Mario West will check in as well for the Ghost Ballers.
Give me one, see money. Give me one, see money. See money. Ooh.
3-point lead now. Here's Mario West. Kick out the Boozer. Wide open jumper. Too strong. Getty nearly lost it. Back to Big Baby. Double pumps, and he'll go to the line.
When Big Baby puts a body on you to set that screen, he moves mountains. And it's hard to move him and wedge him out the way, but quickness with his feet to be able to spin out of that too. and get himself in position to catch and be able to attack the basket.
Won an NBA championship with the Big Three of Boston.
Mark, come out, Mark.
Rondo, Paul Pierce, KG. Missed that free throw.
Mario. Good run, Mark.
First team to 25, we go to the half. Xavier Silas checks in, seeing his first action of the night. Here's Big Baby with 5 on the shot clock. Working on Boozer. In the lane. Doesn't get the roll.
Go back!
Yeah, Ice Cube enjoying some of the action, sitting courtside.
Detroit native Jamel Hill sitting down there enjoying the game.
Hey, Ralph, keep your eye on it. Just keep your eye on it for me. All right, keep your eye on it. All right.
You see right here, Coutinho trying to slap because he's really good at that. But that time, caught Marcus Banks right underneath the chin.
14.
Here's Banks. Turns the corner. They say no shot.
Hey, play the game.
And Marcus Banks right there asking, okay, it's a continuation. That time I attacked, picked up my dribble, and was attempting to go for my shot, and the official waved it off.
No, go, no. Get away from him.
Here's Ricky Davis. They'll call that one on Coutinho Mobley.
Marcus, go back.
So Ricky Davis back at the line. He averages 15 a game at 12 last week.
We got a timeout after this, don't we? TV time. TV time.
And Ghost Ballers, 5-point lead. It's the last game of the evening. Ghost Ballers looking for their first win. Power looking to go 3-1. George Gervin, his Ghost Ballers with a 5-point lead over Power. The Iceman, he's from Detroit. This is his hometown. And Ice, it's Brian and Jimmy. What does it mean to you to be back home coaching here in front of the city where obviously you grew up, went to Martin Luther King High School? What does it mean to you?
It's great, man. This is where I started at. This is where I homed in my basketball game. When I can play here and I can have success here, I knew I can go anywhere and play.
George, you think, you know, we always talk about Chicago and Philly and New York in regards to basketball, but how much do you think sometimes Detroit gets left out of the conversation with the number of great players that have come out of the city?
They get left out a lot. I mean, I think Detroit is the city of scorers. I think New York and Chicago is the city of dribblers.
And Ice, is this where you got the finger roll?
Hey, this is where I got everything at right here.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Iceman looking for his first victory of the season. He's got a 5-point lead, his squad.
Yeah, you know what I think? I love talking to my old heads, my vets. They tell you like it is.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you know, you sit and talk to your grandfather, they're going to tell you just what it is. They're not mention any word. At this point in their life, they don't care. So he's going to tell you, Detroit, we know how to score, okay?
Other cities know how to dribble.
But I tell you, when I was in high school, I used to come to Detroit being from Toledo. I spent a lot of time playing over here at St. Anne's, on Chicago, and Brooklyn. Playing against DC, Steve Smith, all these guys when I was younger. And it was all, you know, I had to find my way. But once they figured out that this young kid from Toledo could play, I was welcome with open arms to continue to come up every Sunday in the summer and do it. Because I needed to be pushed. And playing here in Detroit allowed me to grow my game and my confidence.
That jumper by Ricky Davis gives the Ghost Ballers a 7-point lead here. First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Xavier Silas, shooting 1 for 2.
My guy's going there. He can't do that.
He was just added to the roster for Power because Ryan Gomes injured himself. He's out. And how about that?
Yeah, and this game right here is a little choppy. It doesn't have the same pace that we saw in a few earlier games.
What's the foul, Jay? What's the foul?
Right now, it's more physical combat, and you would think these two teams would be a little bit more finesse outside of Big Baby Davis a little bit.
And get the ball back.
But it seems to be more.
Do we get it back?
This game being fought within the war zone. I like to say a lot of fouls reaching in, so it's kind of juggling the play a little bit.
Marcus Banks knocks down the free throw.
Marcus! Go, go!
Banks, Boozer, the pick and roll. Banks turns the corner. Missed it, but Corey Maggette follows it right up and in. Power now down by 5.
Well, I thought that time Carlos Boozer should have followed Big Baby to the basket, and Marcus Banks could have dropped it off because Big Baby committed to him. That could have been an easy layup for Boozer.
Banks turns downhill again.
You go! Marcus!
Marcus Banks able to catch the handoff and turn the corner, and Xavier Silas knew he was beat, gave him a little push right there, not wanting to give up the layup.
Man, we live in the damn bonus. We live in the bonus. I don't get it.
Get in there! That one rimmed out. Free throw so crucial. Good look by Maggette in the Birdman. And one.
Actually, good catch by Birdman. The pass was a little behind him, but able to keep his concentration, and then through the hard foul by Ricky Davis. Birdman knew it was going to be contact, but he was able to power through it.
Go get Marcus.
Got it.
Three-point plays good.
Run the hand back.
Good thing for Power if they're in the bonus, so they get it back. Here's Maggette. Knocked away. Marcus Banks.
6 seconds.
Come on, Marcus. Marcus.
Fade again. Fade again. Come up. X, come up.
Hey, Mark. We in this shit together, man.
Go.
Oh, shit.
Hey, turn around, turn around, turn around. Watch the slip. Stay down, stay down.
Maggette with the steal. And the foul.
Yeah, but great defense by Xavier Silas.
We're in the bonus.
You know, not allowing Ricky Davis to kind of
Good job.
bully him inside, and then how about the quick hands on the weak side by Maggette to block up that pass.
They can be like this. You can't. One hand, one big. You know the rules. Not 2 arms. You know the rules, right? Huh? Bend hand, bend arm, right? Not 2 arms. Come on, you gotta learn the rules.
Take it out, take it out, take it out.
Knocks it down.
Hey.
Watch his defense. Xavier Silas not giving ground, and Ricky Davis, the last minute try to Maggette was right there.
Maggette the drive, no. They're on a 6-0 run.
Great play, great hustle. Now we got some energy.
So here's Chris Anderson back at the line.
Short, short.
Mario West. Fake, no. Gets it back.
Too close.
Tried to dump it off the Boozer.
Yeah, too close that time. He would have been better putting it up. That time he tried to drop it off, but Chris Anderson was still coming from the backside downhill to take that pass away.
Rick, no time.
Second left on the shot clock. Ricky Davis. Yes! Oh, pretty Ricky's what they call it.
Mario. Hold it, hold it.
Big shot there. 3-point lead for the Ghost Ballers.
Make it. You gotta make this. Finish those. Nice play.
Get Mario. Get Mario. Get Mario.
Make this.
Yeah.
Awareness right there. Xavier Silas, you fall asleep just for a second. If he's right there on the catch, that shot won't be able to get up. But I don't know what Xavier Silas was thinking about as the ball was being inbounded. He gave way too much space to Pretty Ricky.
Here's Xavier Silas back at the line. He played a couple of games with the Celtics here this past season.
Man, what a big shot in the arm for the Big Three by having one of its members get called up and play, even if it was for 2 games in the NBA.
Getty, no. Big Baby, yes. Power, 5 points away from the half.
Push up, push up. Stay down, stay down.
5 lead changes
3,
thus far here in the first half.
1.
Here's Nayland.
Good D by Big Baby.
No.
McGetty, that one's off.
You got X.
Nayland. Oh.
We get it back too, don't we? Don't we get it back?
Lee Nayland, spin move going
Hey,
opposite
Ricky,
way,
we
and
get
that
it
time
back.
off balance. Split
we
the
get it
defenders
back.
with a soft touch.
We get it back.
Coach Gerb telling them, take advantage of it. You got to make it.
Stop standing still.
Get it back.
Eyeball, ain't
That's
it?
exactly what he did.
Yep.
Hey,
So now,
keep moving, fella.
3-pointer, and we go to the half.
Keep moving.
Talk to him, talk to him.
And Ricky Davis is going to pull it. Got it. And the Ghost Ballers go into the half, up 5, looking for their first victory of the season over Power. Ricky Davis, he's got 12 points. The game-high score in the first half. Ghost Ballers shot 52% from the field. They're up 5. It's the Big Three here on FS1.
Got the summer on lock. 3 Fox.
20 as Ghost Ballers looking for their first win of the season, led by Ricky Davis and his 12 points. We have had a whole lot of good stars out here tonight, but we can only give you 3 that have been the best stars of the night so far. And we start off with Al Harrington. So key as Trilogy finally picked up their first win of the season. Of course, last year's champions, undefeated. Finally getting win number 1 behind 19 from Al Harrington. How about DeMar Johnson for Three's Company? He really stepped up, especially in the second half when Baron Davis went down. That apparent quad injury, helping Three's Company get win number 3 on this season as they knocked off the Ball Hogs in Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf in a game that may go down as possibly the best game ever played in Big 3 history, as he had the game-winning assists and some key shots as three-headed monster stayed undefeated, knocking off Tri-State 50-48. As we take a look at our 3 stars of the night, there's Al Harrington, 15 of his 19 in the first half. DeMar Johnson, 15 and 5, and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, 14 points and 4 assists. Let's send it over to Michael Rappaport with his unprecedented access.
All right, I'm here with Mike Bibby. Mike, you're injured. You're acting like an assistant coach out there. What's going on? What are you guys going to do to get this win? You need this win. Don't embarrass the Iceman and the D.
We just got to stop fouling so much. We gave up 11 points off free throws. They only got 20, so just stop fouling. Keep them off the free throw line. We'll be all right.
All right, well, good luck out there, all right, Mike? Brian?
All right, thanks. We begin the second half. Here's George Gervin. His Ghost Ballers looking for their first victory of the season. They got that 5-point lead over Power. Ghost Ballers will be inbounding as Ricky Davis. Inside, Carlos Boozer is the block by the Birdman.
And even though the advantage was to Ricky Davis and then Carlos down the lane because Chris Anderson committed, but he got back quick enough to take that shot away, which could have been a layup by Booz.
Ricky ended the first half with 12. That one stripped away. Shot clock violation.
Keep it moving, keep moving.
Here's Cuttino Mobley. He was held scoreless in the first half. Here's the drive, lays it in. His first 2 of the game.
Yeah, well, you know that wasn't going to last long. Cuttino always figures out a chance to exploit the defense. And you know, he's not going to force it because you know as a scorer, you're going to have opportunities. So whether you get in the first half or second half, it's not how many you score, it's when you score and how it impacts the game. So I look for him to be more aggressive in the second half.
Over the top. Over the top.
3-point lead for the Ghost Ballers. That pass knocked away by the Birdman.
Keep moving.
8 seconds. 8
You all right?
seconds.
You don't give him a minute, rep?
Here we go. No straight line passes. Over the top.
Going by him.
Here's Ricky Davis, right by Birdman. No. Getty lays it right up and in.
A little contact, but that time Ricky Davis not able to finish through it, and unfortunately, by not hitting
Rick,
the
when you
rim,
go next time, fake. Fake next time.
Ghost Ballers were able to catch that defensive rebound and put it right back up.
1-point lead now. Here's Power trying to fight their way back. Good ball fake by Lee Naylor. Left it short, though.
Yeah, but once again, it was Chris Anderson coming over at weak side help that took away the driving lane and made Lee Naylor shoot that ball a little bit higher than he wanted to.
Hand back. Hand back.
Corey McGetty. He's got 13 for Power. Here's the Cat on the prowl. Swing pass, Corey McGetty, no.
Way to go, Chris. White ball.
Standing underneath the basket the whole time.
Black ball, black ball.
The basket the whole time.
Here we go, come on. Hey.
Shot.
Back. DHO.
Mobley drops it off to the Birdman. Left it short. Boozer puts it in.
And Chris Anderson winning the foul. I think everybody thought it was going to be a foul there, except for Carlos Boozer, who just
Come here, man.
continued to play through it.
3-point lead for the Ghost Ballers. Mobley. We're all tied up now.
Give him a technical.
How many timeouts I got?
He can't treat you like that. It's on TV. Get over!
Ricky Davis. And they said that shot,
Hey,
that
way to
ball's
play,
knocked
guys.
off his leg.
Way to go, fellas.
At the end, Corey McGetty was able to get that,
14.
put his left hand in there
You gonna get
and knock the ball down, and it carried off of Ricky Davis out of bounds.
Cut hard.
7-2 run here for Power. To tie this thing up.
Go set it.
Cat misses the 3. Naylor.
You got Chris.
How about that block? And the Cat.
Go get him right now. He's going to get him.
Rick, come get a blow.
Get him out.
Hey,
Get him
Rick,
out.
I need you to get a blow. Get a blow.
A lot of activity on this last play, a lot of physical contact. Booz spins, Cat slaps, Birdman grabs, Booz pushes. There's a lot going on right there.
Yeah, sure was. Mobley knocks down the free throw. 2-point lead for Power.
Come on, Corey. Come on. Stay down. Stay down.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
And 8 lead changes in this one.
Keep walk.
Here's Glen. Working in the post. No.
Come on, babe.
Corey Maggette will go to the line.
Rick, I'm gonna get you in for a
Hey,
minute.
take your time.
Come on, Rap. Come on, Rap. I got him.
Come on,
I got
guys.
him. I got him, Rick. I got him. Now,
Same energy. Same energy. Way to play.
4-point lead for Power. First team to 50 wins this one. Got to win by 2. Here's Marcus Banks. Drive, yes!
hey, man, just play.
What you think? Quick move, pick and roll. Maggette goes under, but not able to keep Marcus Banks in front of him. And I love when guards can get up underneath a longer, taller defender.
Fight through it.
Let's go.
And get right in and finish.
Box out.
What I'm talking about.
Those ballers needed that. It's now just a 1-point lead for Power.
Come set it. Come set it.
And here's Mobley. Going hard.
Goddamn ball, fellas.
Maggette, the follow, no. Gets his own rebound. Drops it off to Big Baby. And he will go to the line.
And that's what you call staying with it. That time the ball just, a lot of layups not going in for Power, but staying with it, keeping the possession alive, getting other opportunities.
Hey, Phil. Hey.
Opportunities result now in Big Baby getting to the free throw line.
Hang on. Hey.
Hey, Mark, Rick, let's go. Leave the rest alone.
You're aggressive. Take the contact.
Rick, hey, Mark. Mark, come on now.
If Ricky comes in, no threes, we're going over.
Hey, fella, hey, y'all leave them guys alone, man. God damn.
Awesome. We're in the bonus
Leave them guys
every
alone.
time now.
What did he get, 2?
It's on another dead ball. Yeah, sub. Get a blow,
They called it technical on Coutinho
we're in
Mobley.
the bonus the rest of the way, guys.
Coutinho, well, why he shooting?
Hey, our ball,
who got a
right?
check? Who got a
It's
check?
black ball.
5-point
5 out,
lead
we're bonus.
for Power. We've already had our first 2 ejections of the season. Metta world peace. Nate Robinson and Big Baby with the drive and finish. Man. They say ain't nothing wrong with a little bumping and grinding. We've had a lot of it here in the D. Power up 7. It's the Big 3 on FS1. It has certainly been a night of ejections. It started with our first game of the night. Metta World Peace got ejected from the game in the first couple of minutes of the game. And then, in the battle of unbeaten, Nate Robinson, he got the hook. All because of chirping at the refs. And right now, Power with a 7-point lead over Ghost Ballers. The Ghost Ballers, they are led and coached by the Iceman, George Gervin.
Hey, Ice,
hey.
I got a message for you, brother. People out there listening what you said about Detroit basketball. Tim Hardaway said, tell Ice. Tim Hardaway and Isaiah Thomas to both score and dribble. He wanted you to know that, okay? He wanted you to know that. What you got to say to him?
Hey, I love them both.
Hey, Tim, if you at home watching, what you are, you heard Gerb say he loved you both.
I love you both.
How does your team get back in this one, Ice?
They got to play together, man. They got to move the ball. You know, they keep standing still, man. And then they keep crying about the refs, man. Leave the refs alone.
There's Marcus Banks. Thanks, Ice.
Man, man. Oh, my bad.
Tell it like it is, Ice.
Play with your feet.
Sports Live TV.
Yeah, it is. It is live TV. It's cable.
I apologize.
It's cable. It's cable.
Come on, guys.
I'm in it.
Ricky Davis will
Come
inbound.
on, no fouls. Get over the top, Z.
Here's Banks. He'll pull.
Gotta hit that. You know, when you're trying to get back in it, you've been struggling. Those open shots become a little bit more difficult to make because of the pressure of not having won a game.
Silas wide open. Yes, for 3.
Hey!
They say it's a 2. Yeah, that front foot was on the line. 39-30. First team to 50 wins it. Boozer lays it in.
Booze, that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is, Booze.
Come on, Coutinho.
Boozer's got 10.
Go!
Here's the cat. Big baby.
Good D, Rick. Good D, Rick. Boy, you know, them fouls
the pick
is
and roll
kind
in the middle of the court.
What's the
Put
foul
Booze
situation,
in a tough
Jay?
situation. You know Cat can shoot it from the free throw line, so he has to step up a little bit and deliver the pass, but couldn't convert.
Go by.
The kick out. Boozer, the 3. Yes.
Big shot. Big shot.
4-point lead now for Power.
Let's go.
Call it out. Y'all keep talking.
Run in, run in, run in. Now.
Mobley. Glen. Big baby.
Oh, man, you talking about creating space, brother.
That's a big man.
What? And that time, Ricky Davis likes to play physical. But when Big Baby put that shoulder into your chest.
Yeah, you don't want none of that.
Get Marcus. Go back big. We go back big.
Your breath becomes shorter for some reason.
Big Baby's averaging 9 a game.
But he brings you energy. You know what I mean? I mean, that's so valuable when you're in a situation like this, because kind of like Nate Robinson, he infuses his teammates, and they just play harder. He keeps possessions alive.
Here's Silas. The kick out to McGetty. Open 3. Rolls off. Boozer. Good look. Silas.
One more time. Oh, don't hesitate. So you had a really good shot to shoot it again, but you take a tougher shot in the lane that you thought about because you missed 2. Missed 3.
Call that from there.
I know that's how you used to do in high school, didn't you?
You're going to bail him out.
I know that, right? Coaching had to tell you to keep shooting.
He's fading away.
You know I'm going to get my shots in.
That's what I'm saying.
You know I'm going to get my shots in.
Yeah, they bad, but God damn, it affects your game. I mean, yeah, they bad.
6-point lead for Power. Ricky Davis looking to chop into it.
Lock in. Don't worry about him. I got him.
But they part of the game. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Try to get a relationship with him.
Come off him hard. Come off him hard. Just go.
Ghost Ballers on a 7-2 run. Ricky Davis complaining about the screen.
When we get the ball back, keep bringing the screen roll to you because they can't guard you in motion. Hey, are you all right? Hey, you need a timeout?
I wonder if by Ricky trying to get over the top of the screen that Xavier and Ricky bumped knees because he's limping on that left leg unless he hit the deck. Once again, if he did, I mean, it's wood, baby.
Silas, he's the new add to this Power squad. Ryan Gomes injured his calves. Well, both of them, so he's out. Xavier Silas has just been added to the roster in his first action.
You make it. Hey guys, we make this foul shot. And Glen, you're here. Who's ever here? Dribble here. Act like you're coming to set the screen and go to the rim. Whoever is here, lift. Lift. Slip it. Okay? You make this. You make it, we get the ball back. Make it, go.
Nancy Lieberman drawing up the play. She was head coach of the Shock here in Detroit. She's with Michael Rappaport.
Coach, it's a very physical game out there. You guys are up.
It is not.
Anything. What do you need to do to close this out?
We need to make foul shots, get the ball back out, and keep attacking them.
Do you normally push around reporters when they're talking to you on the sideline, or is it just me?
Only New Yorkers that like the Yankees.
It's coming from all angles, people.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I need security.
Hey, run it.
We cut off your mic, Mike. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you right now.
43-37. Here's Corey Maggette. Oh, spins, drive, drops it off the Big Baby with 5. Boozer clears it.
Only down 6, you got to get a score right here. Those balls, I would attack off the dribble, trying to get the ball inside. Mismatch.
They try to go inside the Boozer. Tino Mobley's going to check back in as Power looking to add some more scoring punch.
Make them earn it.
Power 7 points away from victory.
Pat, make him earn it. No fouls.
Hey, Rick, we're bonus.
Jump.
In and
Come
out.
on, get it.
Here's the Cat.
Rebound, Corey.
That's knocked away from Big Baby. 5 on the shot clock for Power.
5 seconds.
Don't put him on the line.
5 seconds.
Those ballers, you don't want to bail
Don't foul him out.
Power out here by committing a foul in the short shot clock.
Don't foul him out.
Here's Big Baby working on Ricky Davis. Missed it.
Rick, smart play. Eyeball, smart play. Boom.
Couple of shots in close, can't convert. So now it's the ghost ball.
Bulls, we get it back.
Boozer. The drive, no.
Get out, move, Corey.
Here's Mobley.
Rebound.
Working on Nayland.
Foul. Foul.
Are you calling it on? That's the same call, man.
Golly, man.
Here's Mobley to the line.
Come on, baby. Put
Crucial.
this down.
Because if he can knock it down,
Come on, Cat.
they retain possession.
Come on, guys.
Coming on.
And he missed it.
Go over.
Both teams in the bonus. Davis. Nayland.
Just how many open shots have we seen the ghost ballers have where they just catch it in rhythm but not able to convert?
Big Baby, not his forte, shooting that jumper.
Stay down.
Go to the hole, Nayland. Go to the hole.
Here's Nayland. Muscles his way in.
And George Gervin is imploring his team to get to the basket knowing that they're in the penalty, that if they score or get fouled, now they can get to the free throw line and retain the possession.
Maggette pulls up. No. Big Baby. No. At point blank range, and the horn goes off because they have the shot clock issue.
We got time. Want the time?
The shot clock
We got time out left.
went out during that possession.
Well, it's been a little tough for both teams to put the ball in the basket, and maybe that's the reason why the shot clock is no longer working. It's like, okay, we're going to give you a few more seconds to see if you can put it in the basket at the end of the game. Now the excellent staff has gotten the shot clock back and up and working.
So 4-point lead for Power.
They bad.
Ghost Ballers looking for their first victory of the season.
Behavior.
Go over, go over, go over, go over.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
We can't foul out there. I understand it, but they're going to get the ball back. Box out.
There you go.
Crucial free throws for Ricky Davis.
Yeah.
Lead is 2. They get the basketball again.
Again, a team that is
Stay
undefeated.
down, stay down,
I mean, that's yet to win a game. I mean, struggling to try to finish against a team in Power that lost last week, that kind of wanted to get back on the right side of the column. In the winning side, it's been a struggle late in this game for both teams to kind of squeeze out some baskets and create some separation, but Ghost Ballers doing a good job of kind of clawing their way back into it, Brian.
And Boozer can do just that here at the line.
Let's go. Come on, Power. Box out.
Oh, that one rimmed out.
Get the ball. Here we go. Go to the rim, baby.
Here's the Cat. Too strong. Follows up his shot. No. Boozer.
No foul.
Working on Mobley. Powering. That's just muscle.
That's wrong man business right there.
Yeah.
Today a little bit off, not able to knock down his jump shot, but also not finishing like we are accustomed to seeing him around the basket.
13-4 run by the Ghost Ballers to tie things up here at 43. First team to 50, win by 2.
Make this.
They on the line too?
You're on the side of him.
Here we go, here we go.
Y'all ball, ain't it?
2-point lead now for Power. 5 points away from victory. McGetty's got 19. Big Baby's going to shoot a 3. Yes!
And nobody was coming out to guard him at the 3-point line. And the flat shot, Big Baby made him pay.
Nayland lays it in.
And again, Ghost Ballers get consecutive stops. To be able to close this gap and win the game, they got to get a stop on defense.
McGetty for the win. Rebound to Mobley.
So you got to get that rebound if you're Ghost Ballers. You haven't won a game, you have to get that rebound.
He's going to go one-on-one with Nayland. Point game, the Cat. And Power is now 3-1 on the season. The Ghost Ballers remain winless.
Well, Brian, the end result of this is the drive, okay, and the basket by Coutinho. But it was the possession in regards to Coutinho running down that offensive rebound. He wanted it a little bit more than Lee Nayland, okay? Big Baby, yeah, you're not gonna guard me. I'm gonna square it up. I'm gonna let it roll and get it in.
And Coutinho Mobley with the game winner, and he's with his favorite person in the world, Michael Rappaport.
All right, with Coutinho Mobley, you're still sweating, you're still breathing, you hit the game winner. How did it feel to pull this victory out?
Listen, it's the universe, it's God on that one, because that was a terrible game. It's a terrible game, you know, but listen, we got that one out, and sometimes your offense is not rolling, and that's what I like about our team is we're gritty. We're just gonna keep it up. Sometimes it's ugly, but as long as you got a pretty boy.
All right, well, congratulations on the good win. Next week, when I see you, I would like a little bit more respect. Talk to me. Jimmy, I don't know what this guy's problem is. What's his story, bro?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the standings. Three-headed monsters, the only unbeaten squad. Tri-State, Power, and Threes Company. They're all 3-1. Ball Hawks Trilogy and Killer Threes, 1-3. Ghost Ballers, the only winless squad in the league. Next Friday on FS1, a Big 3 is live from Miami, and you don't want to miss it.